What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over this NASDAQ trade that we took here on Tuesday, March 19, 2024 that netted us a little over a 3R. I'm going to go over my pre-market planning and why I took the trade where I did, why I scaled in why I did, and why I got out why I did, all in this video. So make sure you guys watch till the end. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram if you guys have not already. This is where you can find me, as well as I'm constantly uploading value and giving free education to the community through my Instagram, as well as I'm always checking my DMs and replying to subscribers and followers messages that you guys do send me. All right, back to the video. Coming into the market here on the daily time frame, my main focus was this prior daily low and seeing how we took out this prior daily low on the NASDAQ, but on the S&P 500 and on the Dow Jones, we didn't take out this low. So this makes this SMT divergence, right? When we have correlated markets, which is the S&P, NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. The NASDAQ took out this low in particular, but the S&P and the Dow Jones didn't, right? That's overall a bullish signature, meaning coming into the marketplace today, we saw that there was buyers at the lows forming a divergence, and we wanted to then look for longs. Coming down into the H4 time frame here, I want to look at this last down close candles, right? These two last down close candles, as these are order blocks, right? Last down close candle before we got this move higher, which ultimately broke above this high, right? Last down close candle that got this move higher that broke above this high. As we came down into that last down close candle, I'm anticipating price action to find some measurement of support here, right? Then we saw that SMT divergence here. Overall, a really good signature to look for. We're in a support level, but not only are we in a support level, but we have that clear divergence here, just adding those confluences. So coming into the marketplace, really good indication that we would see a move higher. Coming down into the H1 here, we get a little more precise here with this nested H1 order block, right? A nested order block is a lower time frame order block inside of a higher time frame order block. So we're being a little bit more precise here. So not only do we have that H4 order block, but we also do have this H1 order block here that price action does tap into, as we do have that SMT divergence where the NASDAQ took out those prior daily lows, but the S&P and the Dow Jones didn't. Overall, really good signatures coming into the marketplace, leaning towards higher prices. Coming down into the M15 here, some key things to really take note of is this power of 3. As we opened up throughout Asia session, we had this overall consolidation, right? During Asia, we had this consolidation during Asia. Coming into the overnight session, we had this move lower. We had this move lower to the downside in the overnight session, down into a support level. And then now coming into the New York session, we're anticipating that expansion from this support level down here. So power of 3 looks like this Asia consolidation, right? Or accumulation, right? Manipulation lower into either a support level or a liquidity pool, right? We sweep lower into either support level or liquidity pool, and then we see that distribution higher, right? That is the power of 3. You can even put that in a bearish perspective. We have that Asia accumulation, we have that move higher into either a liquidity pool or a resistance level, and then coming into the New York, we see that overall distribution lower, right? This is the power of 3 from a bullish perspective, and this is the power of 3 from a bearish perspective. Overall, really powerful stuff here that, you know, coming into the marketplace, we were able to then catch on to this, right? As the power of 3 was forming, we saw Asia was consolidating. Overnight session, we made the move lower into this higher time frame order block, right? And then as the market opened here around 9:30, we got this liquidity sweep, right? We talked about that liquidity sweep of the prior daily lows, which is also the SMT divergence here, right? This is also the SMT divergence where the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones didn't take out this low. So not only are we in the support level, but we have a overall SMT divergence. Overall, all these confluences did give me confidence to then look for longs as the market traded, to then reach back up into this high, and eventually the market reaching up into high of day. So coming into the market here, right after we saw that liquidity sweep, right after tapping into that higher time frame order block plus that SMT divergence, we then see this push higher to the upside, which is a breaker structure to the upside. Right, we see this push higher from the support level. Then we see this bullish fair value gap, right, which we did take the trade actually a little earlier. We took the trade a little earlier here inside of this smaller fair value gap. We took the trade a little earlier here inside of this smaller fair value gap, but our stop loss, right, was still valid, right, still below this low. So a really solid stop loss targeting these highs. And then after tapping into this fair value gap, we then see the push to the upside, right? Once again, we see the push to the upside with another fair value gap, which we then scaled into our position, right? Adding to our winners is very important, right? Take profit still remained the same, and this was the overall trade idea, right? Back up above these highs for about 60 points, right? This was a 60-point move, super solid, right? We talked about how we saw the power of three, right? The accumulation during Asia session, the overnight manipulation down into that higher time frame order block level with the SMT divergence as an added confluence. Then coming into the market, we saw the breaker structure to the upside. We took longs here on the pullback. We did get in a little early at this fair value gap, but that's completely fine. We then scaled into our position here, adding to our winners, right? And then we eventually took our trade off at this liquidity pool, which eventually it did reach up into high of day, but it's about being content with what you got instead of what you could have gotten. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I'm Arkham. Be safe. I have recently launched my private mentorship. In this private mentorship, you guys get access to beginner and advanced lessons that aren't taught here on YouTube from me, myself. Daily pre-market, live trading, post-market analysis, and trade breakdowns. This is where this mentorship really shines, is that consistent breakdowns, those consistent analysis on the markets every single day. You guys are learning from my experience alone, right? This is how I've grown as a trader, is from learning from other traders' experience, and that's how I want to provide to you guys through this mentorship here. We have live trading for the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. I am a indices trader, so these are what I'm going to be trading every single day. Psychology lessons, risk management, and trade management plan, right? Trading is more than technical analysis. It's more than a strategy. There's a lot of intricacies that come behind it, like a risk management, trading plan, and psychology, and we go over that in full throughout this mentorship, as well as access to all my models and daily teachings on the Market Maker X model, right? I am a market maker trader, right? I have a whole bunch of models from order block theory to the inversion fair value gap trade you guys just seen, to as well as fair value gap models and the MMXM model itself that I am giving you guys access to in this mentorship, as well as a private community where we're there sharing trade ideas, sharing analysis, and overall talking to each other and having a good time. So that all of that for about $30 a month, as well as we do have this early adopters here, which is capped at 120 members. Right now we're at 119. So when people leave the early adopters, a spot actually opens up. So if you guys are lucky, right, and you happen to join at the time someone leaves, you guys can get this insane discount. But most of the time it's, just completely full. So, your best bet is to get into the Arkham Academy if this isn't already full. And last but not least, I have my seat at the table where you guys get all the benefits from the Arkham Academy and the early adopters, plus weekly Zoom calls, answering questions, backtesting with members, forecasting, more in-depth lessons, like lessons on, fundamental analysis and calling the markets. And this is only capped at 50 members. So this is for more of a one-on-one mentorship. If you guys want to speak to me directly, answer questions to me directly, and actually learn from, me in a one-on-one setting, in a one-on-one environment, this is for you guys. So, that's the private mentorship that I am offering to you guys. It's the first link in this YouTube bio, right? Patreon.com/Traders Asylum. Or you guys can go on my Instagram, which is also going to be tagged in the link of this bio. My Instagram, Arkhamtrades. It's the first link in that Instagram. That's going to be it for the video. I'm Arkham. Be safe.